private or government care over equipment.
Well, there's Clean Air Act regs. It has a potential to impact because they have not checked those engines to see what comes out of the gas
That makes
pipe
sense now.
tailpipe. And it can potentially impact the catalytic converter in some of the vehicles as well. So that's the concern. There is a lot of testing being done right now on 20% and 30%, and there's a feeling that most of the vehicles would be just fine. It's not that they've come back and said that those vehicles are a problem. It's just that they haven't proven that they aren't a problem yet and done all the work. It's expensive. Think of it. What you got to do is you got to take a car, you got to run it with both, you got to pull all the emissions off this car, and you got to run this thing for miles, and then they have durability tests where you maybe got to run it for 80,000 miles and pull emissions off. This is not cheap stuff, and then do it with another vehicle and another engine. You got to do that with all kinds of pieces. That's one of the reasons it's actually taken a while on E85, because flex fuel as well is one of those things that is not a terribly expensive thing. They have engines that do it. They have vehicles that do it. You could do more. They do have to test each of these different, and so they have to go through that whole process. I think it should happen faster than it's happening. But one of the reasons they say is they've got to go through all the tests on each of the vehicles before they can make that happen. I think we ought to have flex fuel vehicles out here for everybody.
Well, they used to have them back in Henry Ford was building.
That's right. That's right. Now, you didn't have to do quite as much emission testing.
It looks to me like the advantage of a blender pump is that the retailer just has to have two tanks underground, and that's what they have now. And if they just put E85 in one and
straight gasoline in the
other,
other,
then
they
the
do the
pump will
blend.
blend it that way. That's why the E85 hasn't taken off, because they had to put in the third tank. But now that there's a blender pump, I think that would be beneficial. Although they're pretty pricey.
They're not cheap.
We looked at the one in Galva the other day. There's 4 hoses coming out of that one.
Is there?
And it's pretty well labeled.
See, it always gets a little more complicated. It needs to be, in theory, there should be a separate hose between the straight gasoline and the E85 or an ethanol blend, because you can have a little bit of gasoline in the hose. If you're pulling up there and you don't want any gasoline in your lawnmower, which you look at the book and it's warranted to take it, but let's say you don't want it, you're trying not to buy that, then you got a little bit of ethanol in that. If it has 85% ethanol, I think I saw it was like 0.3 of a gallon that's in there, which actually sounds like quite a bit, but some portion of ethanol that's in that hose.
Up there now they had 4 hoses.
So they had a separation
They
of
were separated, and the E85 and the E30 had big yellow handles on it and big yellow decals.
So
pretty clearly.
clearly separated.
And they were selling the super unleaded, which had the ethanol and the unleaded, which I don't know why they sell straight unleaded, because that's too high, but
Yeah.
they really need just 3.
It just makes the ethanol cheaper.
It did. There was quite, it caught your attention, the difference.
Yeah. Now the other thing that happens too is that ethanol, E85 in the winter is not E85, it's E70. Because it has more gasoline in it to be able to make it start easier in the winter. So generally not a problem. When you pull up to a pump now, it's 85%. Come winter, they start adding E70 in it. Maybe it's 75, and then it's 70, depending on how much of the old stuff is left versus how much of the new. But if you got a blender pump, and now you're trying to blend that to make an E30, do you actually have an E30, or do you have an E26 or E33? And so you got that issue, and you got to, our regs say if you mark that E30, it's got to be E30. It's not, E27 to E33. Now it does say if it's E85, it can be E70 to E85. But it does not say that you can have those lower blends, or it's 10% too. If you're actually making it out of that combination of fuels. So there's always things to stumble over in the process, but it's very worth doing and figuring this stuff out and making it all happen. Other questions?